everyone, this is Faisal, certified high performance coach and a lifelong student of philosophy, spirituality, and sciences. So today is challenge day 8. Today's topic for the challenge is stress. And I have 3 questions for you. But before I go into the questions, once again, as always, I want to take the time to thank all those who have been participating, who have been leaving their answers, who have been communicating with others in the discussions, who have been asking questions, who have been on a path to learning, to getting more knowledge, to getting more techniques and ideas to live a better life for themselves and for the people around them. And I also want to take the time to thank all of those people who have liked and shared the episodes, and I really appreciate that you guys are doing this. But I also want to encourage all of you to start participating, start writing down your thoughts, your ideas. I can guarantee you your ideas are really good. Your thoughts are very good. You might not think that they're good right now, but once you post them, you will see the reaction that others will have towards them. I know that you might have fears of not appearing intelligent enough, or not communicating your idea properly, or not being able to convey your message properly. All those fears, I can tell you most people have them. I have them, and I'm supposed to be coaching. But in order for you to learn, in order for you to make a difference in your life, in order for you to raise the quality of life for yourself and for the people around you, you have to make the conscious choice of moving past those fears. And when you do that, it doesn't matter if you have those fears. They will be there, but you're bigger than your fears. So I also want to encourage all of you to go ahead and encourage people around you, your loved ones, your friends and family, to join in our discussions. Sometimes all people need is for somebody to tell them that your ideas and thoughts are important, what you think is important. So you can be a beacon of encouragement for all those people. And many people don't have that. So go ahead and do that, and make sure you like, share the video, and also post your answers in the comments section below. So today's topic, once again, is about stress. And I have 3 questions for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how stressed do you feel on a consistent basis? 1 being almost no stress, and 10 being very stressed. That's question number 1. Question number 2, how do you deal with the stress in your life? And what is the main reason for your stress? Not necessarily in that order. Let's put the last one in the second order. What is the main reason for your stress? And the third question, how do you deal with the stress in your life? Okay. Stress, when we talk about stress, first of all, stress in itself is a cover word for another term, and that is fear. Many people don't think of it as that, but think about stress. When you're stressed, when you're worried about something, and just the term worried, that automatically implies that you're thinking that something is going to go wrong. And stress is the same way. You're either anticipating something going wrong, or your mind is making up different scenarios for things going wrong in your life. Or it might be a very subconscious thing. It might be an emotionally charged subconscious thought that you're not even aware, but you feel uneasy. So stress or fear can range anywhere from an unsettling feeling to a full-blown panic attack, where people literally have panic attacks. And what does that mean? When you have a panic attack, you're afraid of something, even if that thing might not appear anywhere in a tangible form, and others might be surprised by it, but in your mind, you are in danger. So what happens when we're under stress? I'll give you the best analogy that I've heard, and that was presented by Dr. Bruce Lipton, who's a biologist. And what happens is when we go under stress, there is a mechanism within our biology that gets activated. It's called the fight or flight response. So this happens when we feel like we're in danger. And he gave a really cool example. Imagine that you were living in the wild, in a jungle, or imagine somebody else living there. And there is a moment where that person perceives a tiger or a lion close by. And in that moment, your flight or fight response kicks in. So when that happens, all of your energy from your gut, from this area, it starts to spread out to your limbs, to your hands, to your legs, so you have more muscle strength. Your heart rate starts to go up. So basically, your hindbrain starts to take over, and that means that literally your conscious mind stops to work in that moment. You can't think that I need to do this or that. So your subconscious has to be trained to be a certain way. But naturally, when that happens, when you feel like there's a tangible danger, then that mechanism, the fight or flight response, kicks in, and there's a lot of hormones that go into it, and a lot of the energy, specifically from your immune system, goes to your limbs, your extremities. So when that happens, in that moment you feel that, and that's a natural mechanism. We all have that. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't be able to deal with danger properly. But here's what Dr. Bruce Lipton, this is how he put it. He's like, when we think about the civilized world, when we think about the modern world, especially the first world countries where there's a huge amount of stress involved right now, especially North America, and some other parts of the world like Japan, parts of Japan where people are in a huge amount of stress consistently. And the way he put it is that it's like having a tiger chasing you consistently. And that's where the problem arises, because the fight or flight response or mechanism is supposed to be temporary, but we are under stress, under that fight or flight response consistently, many of us. So what happens? Your energy is always being used in a place where it shouldn't be used. And that's a very important concept to understand, because if we're always stressed, if we're always in that fear mode, we're not able to heal properly. We're not able to think, because the subconscious mind takes over very powerfully, and specifically the hindbrain that's associated with fear. And when that happens, then we go to a state where it becomes very hard to think for ourselves. It becomes very hard to be conscious. And I know many of us have been through stress in one form or another, at one level or another, and like I said, it could range from a mild discomfort all the way to full-blown panic attacks. So how do I deal with stress? There are many things you can do to lower your level of stress on a consistent basis, such as exercise, meditation, or prayer. You can laugh a lot. You can spend time with other people. Closeness with other people reduces your levels of stress. That's been tested, and it has been proven scientifically. So those are things you can do on a consistent basis. But the problem with stress is that most people don't know why they're stressed. That's why I created this exercise, because when you become aware of why you're stressed, and when you want to go into the root cause of why you're stressed, then you will be able to catch it when you go in that state. Your conscious mind will catch it, and you'll be able to stop it if you do some practices on a consistent basis. So what do I mean you're not aware of your stress? So many people are stressed by odd things. Well, it's normal for many people, but naturally, when you think about human behavior or our natural condition, it's very odd because we're stressed by things like disorganization. We're stressed by not being able to pay bills on time. We're stressed by people being a certain way. We're stressed by people talking to us a certain way. So behaviors that normally wouldn't cause us that much stress, it causes us stress. And the reason I know that these things are normal for our condition, because when you study happiness, when you study stress, and when you study human condition all over the world, there are parts of the world where people don't feel stressed by the things that people normally feel, and especially in the industrial or in civilized societies. When I say civilized, I mean industrial or people living in cities for the most part. So in the first world countries for the most part. So when you think about it like that, there are places where people find happiness, and they're less stressed, where there are bombs being thrown out, where people are under danger of being attacked by wild animals. But people are more stressed in places where there's literally no tangible danger. But we make up things in our head that makes us stressed. So why do I think we get stressed? The reason for it is that we associate an experience, because stress is in itself is a feeling. It's an emotional response. So when we, for example, go through something sometime in the past, usually this happens in our childhood, a lot of the stresses stay with us because it hasn't been dealt with. But let's say you went through a traumatic experience, the emotional marker or the emotional experience stays with you. So if you're exposed to a similar experience right now, that triggers that same emotional response. And when you think about it like that, there are many subconscious things from our childhood or from our early life that we're not aware of, we don't remember. And I don't want to go too deep into this. I'll talk about this in another video, because the topic is very important and it's very crucial. Now, I'll do it in a very detailed manner. But for now, I want you guys to be aware what stress is. Stress in itself is fear, and our awareness of it automatically reduces it. So when you're aware that you have stress or you're stressed in that moment, you automatically reduce its effect on you. But so how do I deal with it? There are many techniques that I have that I teach others. Oh, before I go there, I want to give you an example from one of my coaching clients. So this will kind of illustrate how stress affects us. This coaching client, she kept letting me know that she doesn't feel independent, and it kept going for 1 or 2 or 3 sessions. When I saw a pattern, I asked her, what do you mean by not being independent? And she said that her father had told her and her siblings not to ever be financially dependent on anybody, and make sure you don't rely on anyone financially, and that's what defined financial independence, not just financial. That's what defined independence for her. And I asked her, if she could list some qualities in her that she thinks is independent. And before she lists a laundry. She creates a laundry list of things that she feels independent in. So I asked her, why do you not feel independent? Why do you think you don't feel independent when you have so many things that you are independent in? And what's even worse about this is that she was taking care of her 2 kids and working part-time while her husband was working full-time. And she thought that relying on her husband was a negative thing, because for her, financially being reliant on somebody, that caused stress for her. That caused worry for her, because she had defined emotionally, or more accurately, her father had defined for her that if you're dependent on somebody financially, that's a negative thing. So that caused stress for her. But when she became aware of that, she realized that she actually is a very independent person. In some ways, she worked a lot more than her husband. She was taking care of 2 kids, she was working part-time, she was doing so many things, yet the only thing that stuck to her head was that feeling that was given to her by her father. Now, the reason that happens is very deep, but once again, I don't want to go into that. I just wanted to illustrate that for you. So again, how do I deal with stress? I'll give you one technique that I teach as to my clients as well. It's a very powerful technique. I've been practicing it myself for the past 2-3 years. What I call it is the observer thinker. So what am I, without going too deep into it, what I want you to imagine is a personality within your mind. Some call it the ego, a separate personality. And this personality is the one that causes us, that starts to think negatively, that starts to worry, that starts to stress about things that are not actually there. It's just, it likes making up things. It likes getting into arguments with people. It likes getting triggered in negative ways. So when you imagine this personality, it's a part of you, but you are much bigger than it. The mistake that most people make is they think that they are that personality. But the actual reality is that it's, for some reason, we've developed this separate small personality within our mind, within our structure, emotional, mental, and physical, where it constantly directs us to something negative. So I want you to think of this thinker as a small portion of you, and you're the much bigger, much wiser, and much more knowledgeable. So let's say you get a negative thought or a negative feeling in that moment. I want you to start becoming that observer. Start observing those thoughts, those negative feelings, as if you were observing another person performing those actions or thinking those thoughts, as if you were hearing somebody. And I want you to just listen. I want you to just pay attention. I want you to observe. Don't judge it. Don't condemn. Don't reject the thought. Just stay with it. We talked about presence. Stay present with it. Feel what it's saying. And when you do that long enough, and you do that on a consistent basis, you'll realize that that personality or that energy field starts to lose energy. And it's an amazing thing, because eventually when you do this enough, you feel like this personality is like a child throwing tantrums, and you're just going to smile, and just after you stay present with it, you'll move on. But for most people, they think that they are that small personality, and when they start getting those negative thoughts and feelings, they automatically react as if that's happening to them right there and something's going to go wrong. And it's a powerful exercise. It'll take some time for you guys to get used to it, but go over this video a couple of times to think about this and to see how you can do it. So again, I want to hear more from you guys. So the 3 questions about stress are, on a scale of 1 to 10, how stressed are you on a consistent basis? 1 being not really stressed at all, and 10 being very stressed. What is the main reason for your stress in life? What do you do to deal with your stress in your life? Thank you for watching this video. I look forward to hearing from you guys, or look forward to reading from you guys, and make sure you like and share the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye. If you loved or even liked the video or this episode, you can do 2 things right now. 1, you can click on the subscribe tab right here on the screen, or in the info area if you can't click on the screen, so you're up to date on all my free training, on all the free training that I send on my YouTube channel on a regular basis. And 2, you can click on the success indicator tab on the screen or in the info section, so you can get the training, the thorough training that I created for you, that has 10 factors that will determine whether or not you will be successful at anything that you do or want to do. And it will also help you create more success at anything that you want to do in life. So, and this will also get you subscribed to my newsletter, so I can send you more of these free training on a regular basis that I don't post on my YouTube channel. So make sure you click on those 2 buttons or tabs, and make sure you like and share this video. Make sure you post your comments in the comment section below, so we can get more people involved in our community right here. Thank you very much. Have a great day.